Welcome to Big Bay, Cape Town, South Africa. We're only 3 days into the waiting period of the Red Bull King of the Air, and it is firing. The forecast is for 25 to 35 knot southeasterlies today. We've got a 3 to 4 meter swell running. It's sunny, it's absolutely perfect. The 24 riders are chomping at the bit to get out there and show their stuff.
They've invited, 24 of the best riders doing this, all from all over the world. So, it's anyone's will take it.
We're pushing ourselves and seeing what humans can achieve on these devices. So, I think we can do a lot today if it picks up, and we're going to blow some minds.
The criteria is basically we're looking for big air, and so it's 70% height, and then there's a 20% technical difficulty that's being judged. We're going to really look for the guys that are just sending their kite and flying through the air.
I had a few really heavy crashes early on. Had definitely hit my head, ripped out of my bindings, felt a little bit rattled, but just decided to come back and had some solid ones. I was pretty happy with that. It was fun.
The risk in every trick, you see it's growing step by step, and guys are pushing it, and that's what's making it interesting, and that's the scores a lot as well.
Just going all out, and that's what this event is all about.
This is my element, if I'm out there, I don't think about anything and just do what feels right, whatever comes to my path, I will hit it hard and put a few biggies. We're coming down to the final with 4 riders left. It's Nick Jacobsen from Denmark. We've got Sam Light from the UK. We've got the world champion Yuri Zone from Holland. Then the Hawaiian kid Jesse Richmond, he is floating around so huge, man. Everybody's loving it and wowing it.
That was some of the hardest, best kiteboarding I've ever had to do in my life, and the whole event, everything was spot on. I'm so overwhelmed with joy to come out on top. I don't even know what to say. This has always been my favorite, the biggest, the best event in kiteboarding, and today was a day to go down in history for sure.
Welcome to Big Bay, Cape Town, South Africa. We're only 3 days into the waiting period of the Red Bull King of the Air, and it is firing. The forecast is for 25 to 35 knots southeasterlies today. We've got a 3 to 4 meter swell running. It's sunny, it's absolutely perfect. The 24 riders are chomping at the bit to get out there and show their stuff.
They've invited, 24 of the best riders doing this, all from all over the world. So, it's anyone's will take it.
Pushing ourselves and seeing what humans can achieve on these devices. So I think we can do a lot today if it picks up, and we're gonna blow some minds.
The criteria is basically we're looking for big air, and so it's 70% height, and then there's a 20% technical difficulty that's being judged. We're going to really look for the guys that are just sending their kite and flying through the air.
I had a few really heavy crashes early on. Had definitely hit my head, ripped out of my bindings, felt a little bit rattled, but just decided to come back and had some solid ones. I was pretty happy with that. It was fun.
The risk in every trick, you see it's growing step by step, and guys are pushing it, and that's what's making it interesting, and that's the scores a lot as well.
Just going all out, and that's what this event is all about.
This is my element, if I'm out there, I don't think about anything and just do what feels right, whatever comes to my thought, I will hit it hard and put a few biggies. We're coming down to the final with 4 riders left. It's Nick Jacobsen from Denmark. We've got Sam Light from the UK. We've got the world champion, Yuri Zoon from Holland. Then the Hawaiian kid, Jesse Richmond, he is floating around so huge, man. Everybody's loving it and wowing it.
That was some of the hardest, best kiteboarding I've ever had to do in my life, and the whole event, everything was spot on. I'm so overwhelmed with joy to come out on top. I don't even know what to say. This has always been my favorite, the biggest, the best event in kiteboarding, and today was a day to go down in history for sure.
What's that stuff on somebody's else, man? You try to put that weight on everybody else besides yourself.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, Roy.
Okay, we'll be back with round 7 in a moment.
Sharp suits got on them.
Pretty good.
How old is?
About a year. About a year. I heard I was going to be on the TV with this attorney, said to dress like a lawyer.
Oh, yeah? Well, I thought it was a sports thing. I would come relaxing. I think that
You look
be
good,
a
Joe.
relaxing thing,
You don't explain why you dress like you are.
Well,
You
that's
look
good. I'm a dresser.
You look
better
good,
believe it.
Joe.
I feel good, too. That's where I feel like I should dress for this kind of show, sportswear,
That was the end of round 7, gentlemen, and we'll be back again in just a moment.
You can't do that no
We
more.
were buy him a ticket out of the country.
Oh, boy.
Stand up, man.
Sit down, Joe.
Why you think I'm making?
Sit down, Joe.
Huh?
Sit down
Why
quick.
you think I'm making?
The brothers are here.
Doing this too?
Now,
Sit down quick, Joe.
well, we're having a scene, as you can see, and it's hard to tell whether it's clowning or for real between the two fighters. This kind of thing is been going on all along in terms of promotion of the fight, and this time it seems to be for real, because Joe Frazier is really angry. Muhammad called him ignorant, and he's really angry. I don't think this one is clowning at all. It's a bad and an ugly scene, and it's unfortunate, I think, that it's happened in the middle of showing a classic fight between two extraordinary athletes. I think that Ali is probably clowning, but there is no question in my mind that Joe Frazier is not clowning. They threw off their respective earpieces, microphones. Joe Frazier's watch came off. There was a wrestling bout on the floor, and we're really very sorry this happened. And there's no question about it. Joe Frazier is leaving the studio now, and he is deeply upset at Ali calling him ignorant. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. We're going to try and get this back, and we'll be back in just one moment.
You be on time.
As you can see, one chair is now empty. Muhammad Ali is sitting next to me where Joe Frazier had been sitting, and Joe has left the studio in what was open anger, real anger, and there's no sense in disguising the fact.
I would say there was anger on his part, Howard. I'm not angry and still not angry. That's why I'm still here.
All right.
But a man shouldn't be that savage and illiterate to just jump up and stand over me and ball his fists up and as if though he's going to swing at me. I didn't know what he was going to do. I had to jump up to defend myself. But I'm not still angry at him. I don't think two black men should be on the television fussing and fighting and acting like savages. This man is, he speaks ignorant at times. He said, I went to the hospital. I went to the hospital to have my swollen jaw checked to make sure nothing had happened for 10 minutes. And I wasn't going to bring up him going to the hospital because it's true. He was so hurt, he went to the hospital for 1 month. And I don't think it would be a man for me to bring up you went to the hospital because it's not my intention to hurt nobody. But so this is why I say he's an ignorant man to show you how much he thinks. If I went to the hospital 1 month and he went for 10 minutes, I wouldn't say he went to the hospital because he might say I went to the hospital.
All right, you've had your say now. I want to recapture the situation for you viewers. We were showing round 10 when suddenly this difficult situation arose. Joe is not here. Muhammad, as I have noted, has just had his say. I am going to try and serve as devil's advocate to represent Joe here now because he's not here.
You have to be the devil
and
to represent Joe. You have to be the devil.
I never mind the wisecracks, Muhammad.
That's true.
We're going to show round 10 again. We're going to concentrate on this fight.
Devil.
And
so then you act the devil.
Let's limit our attention to this fight, and let's be absolutely fair in the absence of Joe Frazier. He's entitled to that regardless. Good luck to you. Once again, we want to express our regret at the fact that Joe Frazier left the studio. He felt he had every right to do so. We're sorry about the difficult situation that occurred and the slight skirmish that occurred.
But no hard feelings. We'll be buddies after I beat him.
Okay. That's our show today.
We'll be good brothers.
Thank you very much.
Good black brothers.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
This is the era when guns never seem to run out of bullets. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 action movies of the 1980s. These are the films from the 80s that delivered particularly memorable and iconic thrills when it came to action sequences.
Turned into a great career.
And just to be clear, we've taken all genres of action into consideration for this list.
You asshole. You asshole.
Number 10, Commando. This one's got Arnold Schwarzenegger, a whole lot of war paint, and huge rocket launchers.
I think she's got something for us. I bet she does.
Commando follows retired Delta Force strongman John Matrix on his search for mercenary blood after the kidnap of his daughter. Arnie takes on hordes of bad guys in unstoppable style. Seriously, no matter how many guys shoot at him, he just doesn't get hit. And what is an 80s action flick without cheesy send-off lines?
Let off some steam, Bennett.
Number 9. Above the Law.
Put the gun away.
Steven Seagal plays yet another martial arts expert, but this one's attempting to lead a quieter life as a Chicago cop after his grisly past in Vietnam.
Look, I can make you disappear.
But when some arrests go sour and his beloved church falls victim to a bombing, Seagal seeks revenge. The result is non-stop action with Seagal's hands as deadly weapons. At one point, he even strangles a guy while riding on the roof of a car. Hells yes. Number 8. First Blood. When Vietnam vet John Rambo is left angry and confused by a disgruntled sheriff's department, he takes shelter in a nearby forest.
This guy's supposed to be dangerous. He's just dumb.
This makes way for a battle royal as the officers attempt to force Rambo out of the woods. But with his expert survival skills, it ain't easy.
I got him! I got him!
Makeshift booby traps,
Somebody help me!
improvised weaponry, and a hefty dosage of Stallone groaning all make this movie an action-packed classic.
Those Green Berets, they're real badasses.
Now what the hell's the matter with you guys? He's one man. He's wounded.
Greetings from the Humongous, the Lord Humongous,
Number 7.
the warrior of the wasteland,
Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
the Ayatollah of rock and roller.
A post-apocalyptic wasteland, combatant vehicles, and a healthy portion of 80s cheese are served up in this Mel Gibson vehicle.
Come on, get out of here.
Mad Max 2 follows Australian road warrior Max, who becomes the hero of a group of survivors when he defeats a herd of gasoline bandits.
And how do you think you'd do it? I mean, look at you. You couldn't even drive a wheelchair.
Thanks to plenty of desolate desert, the flick hosts numerous high-speed chases featuring some of the most unusual vehicles. Kinda different from the down-and-out shoot-'em-ups of the same era. Number 6. Predator. If it bleeds, they can kill it. When a rescue mission takes a strange turn, a group of special force operatives, headlined by Schwarzenegger yet again, finds themselves the prey of an extraterrestrial super soldier. Whether by ripping out their spines or blowing off their limbs, this predator picks them off one by one.
You one ugly mother.
But let's remember, this is Arnold we're talking about.
What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils?
So you can expect one hell of an arm wrestle.
Had enough? Make it easy on yourself, Dutch.
Yep, it's starting to roll.
Number 5. RoboCop. This 80s action flick brought mainstream violence to a whole new level. When good cop Alex J. Murphy is left fighting for his life after a gruesome attempted execution, he's selected to become a cyborg super cop.
We killed you!
Otherwise known as RoboCop, to bring order to the dystopian streets of Detroit.
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
With superhuman strength, disturbing acid baths, and blood-splattering gun battles, RoboCop will surprise even the most seasoned action fan.
Oh, you sure are a crazy son of a bitch.
You think I'm crazy?
Number 4. Lethal Weapon.
Hey, you want to see crazy? I'll tell you.
This is Mel Gibson at his crazy best.
Hey, no guns, no jiu-jitsu, just bring him down.
Right.
What?
10-4.
When seasoned cop Murtaugh is paired with Gibson's suicidal cop Riggs,
Shut up! Shoot! Shut up! Shoot! Shut up! Shoot!
To stop some drug smugglers, their personalities clash big time.
No bullshit. You want to kill yourself? Oh, for Christ. Shut up! Yes or no? You want to die?
But with Riggs' hands-on approach to crime solving,
Come on, let's do it, asshole. Let's do it.
whether by throwing himself off a rooftop or going deep undercover,
Sorry, pal. Say goodnight.
we get some high-octane thrills. But don't get us wrong, Murtaugh can kick some ass when he has to.
Put it in your mouth. Bullet might go through your ear and not kill you. Yeah, under the chin. Yeah, under the chin.
Number 3, The Terminator. This James Cameron movie gave the words,
I'll be back.
the real power they deserve.
You asshole.
When a killer cyborg is sent back to kill Sarah Connor in order to put a stop to the future human resistance,
I love you too, sweetheart.
we get ultraviolence, time travel, and bloody scenes of, well, bloodiness. Between Schwarzenegger's persona as an eerie killer mean machine and his non-stop assault and destructiveness, anyone will be put on edge.
Let's get out of here.
Get out.
Number 2, Aliens. Here's yet another James Cameron blend of intense action and original sci-fi flair.
Eat this.
When Nostromo survivor Ellen Ripley returns to the now colonized alien planet on a search and destroy mission with an elite group of soldiers, it's guns versus space invaders.
Get over here. We got a live one. Flamethrower, move!
Unlike the original Alien film, Aliens has way more of the evil blighters to blow away. This means there's more gore, more nervous dispositions, and of course, more battles. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Die Hard. New York cop John McClane finds himself in Nakatomi Plaza as German criminals seize control.
Drop it, dickhead. It's the police.
You won't hurt me.
Oh, yeah? Why not?
Because you're a policeman. There are rules for policemen.
Yeah. That's what my captain keeps telling me.
We watch as he covertly takes out each of the acting terrorists one by one in an attempt to rescue hostages, violently executing them, slithering through vents, and even teasing the bad guys with some festive cheer.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
This tense shooter set the foundations for numerous sequels and gave us one of the most memorable send-off lines ever.
Happy trails, Hans.
Do you agree with our list?
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
What's your favorite action-packed 80s flick?
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
For more lock and loaded top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing.